Alrighty, hello and welcome back all you beautiful people to the channel. Today we're going to be casting a game. Yeah, so let's get right into it. I'm going to drop this down just a little bit, taking some tips from Guile, you know, the master of everybody. So starting off with Team 1 up here in the northern half of the map, we've got Dan, not Dan, so we'll call him something completely other than Dan, like Bernie or Joe. Not alluding to anything right now. Moving over to his teammate to the right, we have Zoom. He's playing Cybran, going first land. Dan is also going first land, I believe. Yep. Then we have Amon Ra going first land. He's playing Aeon, going in orange or copper. I don't know what color that is exactly. Then we have XX Blackheart XX94. Probably not the real Blackheart, considering he's a 500 rated player. Going UEF, going first land, getting some P-gens down, all the same. And we've got, moving on to team number 2 on the other side, we've got Daolna. He's going to be playing UEF, going first land, getting some mexes down, and actually he's got a whole little fire base planned up here. I like this template. I use this template. So this means that he's a professional, right? Nope, just kidding. Then moving to his teammate, we have Fong playing Aeon, going first land, getting P-gens down, mass extractors down. So we don't have a second factory queued up from a lot of these guys. Moving to the third member of Team 2, we have Rianne Burke playing Cybran, going first land, has mexes and power generators queued up, engineers going out, etc., etc. And then last but not least, we have Ijus playing as Aeon, and he is going in the yellow color and went first land. Okay, so the reason why we can go back up to regular, the reason why I picked this map or this game is because Fong, he's a pretty good host. I'm sure if you guys are watching this, you've probably played in one of his games before, but he really likes this random map generation. So it introduces the ability for more flexible games, right? Where games that while I love like Dunes of Arrakis, Setins, and etc., those games have a meta built around them, and this will basically take the meta and break it. So really fun things can happen in this game. We also have a pretty wide range of rating, ranging all the way up to 1600 from Amon Ra on Team 1, and then down to 500 from XX Blackheart. So as these guys are getting kicked off, and as we're waiting for the first bits of action to kick off, wanted to thank you guys for being here. Lots of new activity on the channel. Coming up soon, I'm going to do another Supreme Commander science video, one testing out different unit compositions and what the kind of ideal unit composition or ideal units are, setting them against each other. There's been some limits on the Supreme Commander engine on how to actually test that, so I've been having to deal with that, but I've been wanting to get that video out for a while, so look for that here in the upcoming days, probably 2 days. I upload about every other day in case you guys haven't noticed. Getting back into the action, we've got first labs, got some flares coming out from Ijus, looking to scout it out, and hopefully this flare is going to get, well, not hopefully because I'm unbiased, but this flare is going to be able to take out that engineer, probably from not Dan, otherwise known as Joe. And then we have Zoom and Amon Ra moving commanders to the center, mirrored by Fong, Daolna, and Rianne Burke. I have to remember all the names, sorry, so I'm leaning on the scoreboard up here as well. There's a good amount of, it looks like there's a lot of trees on this map around the starting. I don't know if there's large pockets of, oh yes, there are large pockets of reclaim. Okay, cool. So lots of good reclaim on this island. Some of this looks very inaccessible. Like I have no idea how you get up there unless you just like, I don't even know if you could drop an engineer up there. So that's part of the random map is kind of weird and unique. These kind of weird and unique reclaim placements that are semi-unusable. Scouts going out from Fong, looking to get a read on what Amon Ra and not Dan or Joe are doing up here in the north. Looks like we've got some flare action going up against the Selene. Flares are going to be able to take care of Selenes pretty easily. Got first mass extractors getting upgraded, gun speed and range on not Dan or Joe. And then Blackheart is setting up lots of T1 factories all down this eastern side of the map. Definitely going to be looking to push Dale New really hard. Looks like he's, I mean, we've got like 1, 2, 5, 9, assuming these are his as well, 10, 11 T1 factories all set up to just ram T1 spam down Dale New's throat. Gun range coming in for Fong, so it looks like he's going to go for the Aeon sniper action, which is just a pain in the neck to deal with. Because you have to either rush it with your T1 units, and in which case the Auroras just kind of pick you off and kite you around, or you can just sit there and get the shit beaten out of you, which isn't fun either. Either way, it's not a great, not a great deal of fun. Bombers are out from Amon-Ra and Fong. Basically, these guys are basically like just mirroring each other. So bomber going out. This guy's going to get picked up by an interceptor. Another interceptor coming in to finish the job. I'm not really sure where that bomber is vectoring in on. I don't know if he's going to get his payload off. Looks like he does, and he picks up 2 engineer kills. 3 engineer kills. That's good. It's a good bomb there. Gun speed coming in from Amon-Ra, also looking to mirror the sniper comm action. This bomber is just kind of hovering around. First little bit of T1 action coming in from Rion Burke and Zoom as T1 armies clash in the middle. I'm guessing this middle area is going to be an area of very large contention between these 4 players, and then we'll have Blackheart and Dialnu doing kind of a little 1v1 over here versus Dan, not Dan, and Aegis on this side. Gun speed range upgrade completed for Dan, not Dan, so Aegis needs to be careful here with his T1 units. It looks like we've got a little bit of rotation coming in from Rian Burke. Looking to just hold the middle with his commander and sending T1 spam over to encircle Dan, not Dan. It looks like an attack ping going down. Let's see if Aegis is paying attention and backing his buddy up. Got that T1 spam beginning to meet from Blackheart and Dalnu. Dalna? I don't know how you pronounce it. Looks like Aegis a little late to the action here. I think that Dan, not Dan, well, I don't know. He's got like nothing from a unit's perspective. He did not, he's just going, I guess he's upgrading mass extractors. He's not really building any factories. So he's just going to have to pretty much tuck his tail between his legs and try and kill off as many of these bad boys as he can. Gun range going in for Amon-Ra. Let's see if did Fong finish? So Fong only has 1 of the upgrades. He does not have, I think Fong went for range. I don't think he went for gun speed. Yeah, so he has the sniper ability, but no machine gun yet. No sniping machine gun yet. Zoom rotating his commander to help. Gonna eat a T1 bomb. Should be picked up pretty quickly by that interceptor though. So now we have Amon-Ra is going to be able to deal out way more damage than Fong will, but Fong obviously can do it from a much more reliable distance. Meanwhile, on the side, Blackheart's doing a lot of run-bys here on Dalnu. Call him D. On D. No, that sounds wrong. Yeah. That sounds rad. Interceptors tangling in over the top as these T1 armies start to collide. 2 commanders here to 1, whereas Rian Burke's commander is back here, so Zoom and Fong looking to hold this with commanders in T1 spam. Amon-Ra does have both upgrades now. Fong's still sitting on the 1, so definitely a more powerful commander for Amon-Ra as these units are trying to get a run by. It should be okay though. Zoom has the backstop there. Zepham coming in for Blackheart, so just full on aggression right from the start. It's always what we love to see. Dan, not Dan, sorry, this Dan, or not Dan. seemed to learn from his mistake and is starting to crank out units. Got himself 3 factories and a full manufacturing facility up here. Getting some power generators down. And looking to move his commander in to take this head on. Most armies are just kind of jockeying for positions. Commanders standing proud at the front of their armies. Actually, just one commander. I don't know where Fong's commander went. Oh, his commander's back here. Getting some radar. Always good to have good visibility over where your enemy is. That sounds like a really stupid thing to say, but getting this radar down means that they have a good visibility on what's going on here in the middle. Fong still just happy to sit back and just prick at Zoom a little bit. Dan is engaging. Now has decided better of it. Or is bringing in his army. We'll see if this commander turns around and begins walking his kind of chickenish legs back into the battle. It's kind of a cool looking color on a Seraphim commander though, that pink. Does look good. Whoa, Fong is getting himself into the middle of it as Zoom's forces and Alman Ra's forces end up kind of surrounding him. There is a good amount of assistance nearby though between Fong and Rian Burke, both commanders in the fray. I think that Fong will be able to make it out of this alive, and Team 1 is going to lose a lot of their spam in the middle. Maybe. Zoom had way more up here than I thought he did. Fong's throwing out overcharges, knocking out the bad guys. Rian Burke is just going straight in. And nobody is going to come out on top of that one, I don't think. Lots of Aurora fire. Actually, Amon Ra is beginning to look like he's in a little bit of trouble. There's a lot of assistance here for Fong and Rian Burke. Zoom needs to wake up, send these units in to carve through the tinfoil. There we go. Alrighty. Now we have Dan sending units towards the middle as well, so he's looking to get in on this action. And Aegis is responding in crying, sees the vacuum here. So Dan is going to have to hold this with his commander and just a handful of tanks. Let's see how that ends up working out for him. He does have overcharge. And I don't think anybody is at risk of dying here in the middle. There's so much action for one dude and one camera. This is not looking great for Dan, even if he makes it out of this alive, which I don't know if he will. There is not a whole lot of help. Although Aegis does not seem to be focused on the commander. He seems much more interested in just getting past the commander and dealing with causing damage to Dan's economy, which might be the right move. Amon Ra backpedaling, cleaning out swaths of units as he goes, just carving it up. Now it looks like Blackheart took a little bit of a beating, has pulled back. Zoom has sent units in to help. Dalnu at that T2 engineering suite, looks like he's set up a triad to really shut Dalnu's ability down to run in here. But triads with that low fire rate, well actually he's got tons of them, so never mind. He's probably going to be fine. It's too much action to follow. What ended up happening over here? Okay, bad stuff happened for not Dan up here. And down at the bottom we've got triads cleaning everything out pretty well, able to keep up. And then Dalnu getting stabilized and set up just with layers on layers of triads, really getting a point defense creep on. We are seeing the transition though to T2. We've got hoplites on the field for Zoom. We've got some Ilshivas, or an Ilshiva. No, it's 2 Ilshivas on the field for not Dan. So that would explain the kind of lack of T1 spam ability from Team 1 here, allowing Team 2 to really capitalize. And Brian is just, okay, I was going off on Blackheart's T1 spam. Rihanna's just going ham with the factories. We've got 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 13, 16, 19, 20 factories, T1 factories that are queued up. That, man, just means to spam and spam a lot, and building more factories literally just in Team 1's face. Fong is just, or Amon-Ra is just sitting there, unable to really respond. And all of a sudden, we just do not see very many units on the field for Team 1. We see T2 on the field, which is good and very important, but against like the number of units, you really need some high fire rate units. So we will see if Team 2 is able to make a hole here. Team 2 does have T2 on the field. Amon-Ra's got some rhinos. Gonna punch through these Oblivion turrets. They should be able to, at least pretty easily. We got another push up here at the top, and this time Aegis has brought his commander. So really, I think he's really trying to put Dan, not Dan, away. Ilshivas are great. We saw how good they were in the last cast, but you do need a good number of them, and 5 is probably not a good number to deal with that amount of spam. We'll check back in on that in a second. One thing I will say is Amon-Ra has just been amazingly good at getting kills with his commander, up to 123 kills on his comm, 3 ranks of vet. Comm is nothing. That comm is nothing to sneeze at. Dan is getting Ilshivas set up, and Aegis is, it looks like Aegis and Rian are looking to collapse on Dan's position. They've really had enough of it. Mother of T1 spam. You said it, Blackheart. Obsidian's on the field as well. Obsidians will actually deal relatively well with Ilshivas. They've got kind of a high alpha damage, but you do have to get them in range. You can't just let them run away. Apologize for Zoom just going off in the background. No, not Zoom. God, I've been so busy with work. I've been like on Zoom calls just non-stop, so I think any notification is just a Zoom call waiting to consume my soul, whenever in reality it's Discord. There are a lot of units headed for Dan. There are not a lot of units for Dan to defend with. He does have the gun comm, which is definitely going to help, but you're looking at like a sea of enemy units here. And Rian and Aegis have definitely coordinated their attacks, and I don't know how Dan's going to be able to get out of this one, especially since there are Oblivions on the field. Could do well with overcharging those. Oh man, drops into the yellow, so we're at 8,000 health or so. But I mean, regardless of whether his commander lives or not, I think his base is just going to get absolutely destroyed. Just kind of sending Ilshivas into the battle, hoping that they'll do what they can. And to be fair, there are a lot of wrecked units out there. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. Neither Aegis or Rian are really focusing on Dan's commander. They're just looking to hamstring his economy. And it will work, because they will take out his economy, and then they will destroy his commander. Down to 4k, 4.5k HP, and now everything is starting to turn on him. All of the focus picks up a rank in vet, but I think that's only going to forestall the inevitable as the rest of the units begin to converge on him. He's still got some Ilshevas that are, I mean, to be fair, doing quite a bit, but yeah, that's it for him. Now he's still got a ton of units to contend with, down to 3,000 HP, 1,000, and Dan is out of here. Dan, not Dan, is alive, not alive anymore. And that will represent a pretty big hole in Team 1's defense. And Zoom is already going for laser comm. I don't know if he's going for teleporter, and he is just walling this off. He wants nothing to do with anything over on this side. He just wants to wait it out. All right. Oh, with layered walls too. That laser upgrade is paused on his comm. He doesn't have any other upgrades on his comm. He must have, I think, no, laser doesn't replace microwave accelerator. So yeah, he would need to get laser and teleporter and have a shitload of energy to be able to teleport. That's probably why we're seeing prioritization of T2 power generators and a prioritization to upgrade to T3 so that he can actually get those T3 power generators if indeed he is going to go for some evil snipey action. Meanwhile, on this side of the map, it's gotten pretty quiet. Everything's just kind of turned into a standoff. We've got stealth field generators from the all new Blackheart is power stalling. Things are getting a little quiet right now. I don't know where these units were coming from or where they're going, or whether their names are Cotton Eye Joe or not. Get it? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Alright, never mind. Alright, upgrade kicks off again. It's looking like it's going to be about 6 minutes though until that upgrade gets done. Man, that is going to be a while. We've got T3 upgrade completing on that factory. And I think everybody on Team 2 has kind of sensed the vulnerability in Team 1's defenses, where we've got Amon-Ra is pretty well locked down on this side with some volcanoes, blazes, several Oblivion turrets. He's pretty well and truly entrenched. Same with Blackheart. He's got, well, he doesn't have any defenses, but he's got a shield generator and a hell of a lot of units. Or, well, he has a lot of units right now. He might not very soon. But up here, we got next to nothing. And Fong is looking to get in there and deal some pretty serious damage. So here's the thing though, if Fong bites off more than he can chew and Zoom gets this laser upgrade, that is going to be a big wake-up call for Fong, because that laser will eviscerate him very quickly. But that's only if Fong holds off for another 4 minutes or so, which doesn't look like he's too keen on doing. He's looking to get in there. Amon-Ra rotating some blazes to help. We do have a Cerberus turret set up. Cerberus turrets are not too bad at dealing with spam, just because they are kind of like the machine gun of T2. But this is a lot of it. Blazes as well. There are Medusas in this mix. This Cerberus turret is really just tickling Fong. Zoom's trying to scramble and get his units back to deal with this. Amon-Ra's rotating his commander as well. But not having stealth detection here, I think, is really going to cost Team 1 and cause them to go down another player unless Amon-Ra can do something magical with his commander here. And if this army can deal with these two armies, which I don't know if they can. I mean, there are hoplites in there. Hoplites are great. Could use a couple of rhinos. Well, it looks like those are bangers. It looks like everybody just wants to stack up on top of each other. Blackheart's calling out the GG. Zoom is not quite dead. I think he will survive to live another day here. Because he's got his units in among the Auroras, and once you get in among Auroras, the Auroras evaporate. And laser comm is coming. Still need another 2 minutes or so. And Amon-Ra just parks an asylum up there and brings his comm up here to help as well, considering that's the only real way they can defend. Down here, though, we've got, man, this is just disgusting. This amount of T1 factories, I mean, look at that. It's just as far as the eye can see, just T1 factories on T1 factories. Now I know what the thumbnail's gonna be. Because I mean, even though you got good T1 or T2 point defense up from Amon-Ra, he just cannot deal with the number of units that are getting thrown at him right now. Even though engineers are trying to get these up as fast as possible, it's just not enough to carve through it. We're trying to get Harbingers online too. There's a sniper bot out here sniping. Sniper bot sniping. So we still have a laser comm upgrade, and I don't know if Zoom can get that up. I don't know where he's going to get the energy from, but if he can get that up, that could be a game changer. But I don't think I mean, that's going real slow. I mean, yeah, Team 1 is pulling in 960 energy right now. 940. It's falling, and fast. Obsidians from Fong through the middle, circling around on Blackheart's base. His fire base has been overrun by pillars and flapjacks. Where is Blackheart's comm? Oh, he's up here, also getting a teleport. So, hamstring, the economy is going to be hamstrung, and this laser upgrade is only going to take 126 minutes to complete. No big deal, right? It'll be done tomorrow. Fong's still getting in there with his comm. Oh, sorry, Amon-Ra. Getting in there with his comm. And I think that this is a last hurrah. Actually, it is Fong's. We'll just pretend that I was a pro caster there and said it exactly correctly. And Zoom just gives up on the upgrade and is looking to join his comrade. In dealing as much damage as possible before death, as they salute smartly and charge into the enemy forces. Oh wow, there is a loyalist out for Zoom. So Zoom did produce a T3 unit. Brass upgrade will only take 144 minutes. That's no big deal, right? Brass canceled. So Zoom and Amon-Ra chasing down Fong, determined to do some damage. Zoom is backing off. I'm not sure why. There's pretty much only one way this ends, buddy. $217 kills on Amon-Ra's comm. That is insane. And goodbye to Zoom. defeated by Idris and his obsidians. His absurd obsidians. And in the wake of this nuclear explosion, Amun-Ra and Fong are locked in a battle to the death, which is coming very soon, like right then, as Amun-Ra is defeated. So now they just have to find Blackheart, who is building a naval factory and subsequently a frigate. And I don't think they have any torpedo. Nope, they've got some torpedo bombers on the way. So Blackheart is going to be in trouble here. Fear the UEF Navy. What about the UEF Air Force, bud? And these are not going to be able to finish him off anytime soon. So we can just bump this up. As he runs around in circles. Slow this down. Looks like they're trying to ground fire it as well. Strategic bombers, torpedo bombers. Boom. Alrighty, well, that was definitely a game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have never seen that level of T1 spam before in my life. That was absolutely insane. Let's just count this at the end. We got 3, 6, 7, 9, 12, 15, 21, 24, 28 land factories. Some of them he upgraded to T2. Not really sure where his HQ is. Okay, so his HQ is back here. So sorry, 29 land factories. Good God. Wow. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. I don't really have a great way to segue into the outro, so we'll just go ahead and cut before I continue rambling like a madman into the abyss. Alright, bye.